G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4. Today we are on Enlightened Horizon to witness two of the highest level players face off in I was going to say a ranked ladder game. It is not. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is for money. We are once again coming at you with a competitive game, and boy oh boy, it's going to be a good start. I can already tell. Oh my god, look at the level of mechanics that are going on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let us get into it. Look at these two going at it early on in the yellow. Playing as the Knights Templar in the slightly more northern position than his opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Beasty. And his opponent, playing in the more southern position, in the color blue, playing as the English, it's Vortex. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a caster game, and what are we witnessing? Look at this. He's mathed this out. He's done the timing. He said, I know exactly what I need to do to get this thing online. If you're unfamiliar with what this is, don't worry. Leave a like down below on the video. I'm going to tell you exactly what this is all about. So this is part of this map. This is part of the testing that the devs are doing. Basically, they've said, look, we are testing out this new mechanic. We want to see what you think of it. It's called a point of interest. And here, this point of interest is going to be generating you resources based on whether or not you can control it or not. Whether or not you do control it. This one here, as an example, isn't controlled, but it is slowly being controlled by Beasty. And when he does eventually control it, it's going to be giving him 15 wood, 15 food, and 15 gold every minute. More than a villager will generate for you. So the sooner you can get this in, the sooner it can start working in your favor. So Vortex is going to start moving out onto the map, and look at this. I feel like we're watching Age of Empires 3, some early game creeping we've got out here. He's going to be working down this wolf den. So this is going to be giving you 150 gold if you can burn the den down. Now, I don't think the wolves spawn until a little bit later, so he's just going to be sieging this one down. He's got men-at-arms out. Already got 3 men-at-arms. A fourth. Oh, there's the wolves that have spawned. So these are big boy wolves as well. They're a lot more strong than the normal wolves. He's going to do a bit of kiting with them instead. So you can see he's got the aggro. He knows exactly what is up. And boy, oh boy, I'm enjoying this. I'm loving seeing this. The fact that these spawn, they know exactly what they're doing. It's almost like we're watching Warcraft 3. He gets the 150 gold. It's only for actually sieging or getting the siege on it, and now moves to the north side. Wow, we are witnessing something amazing that is occurring right now. Meanwhile, Beasty, he's just like, yeah, don't worry, man. Don't worry. I'm not letting you get the merchant camp. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, you literally have Vortex just collecting gold, printing gold early on here with these wolf dens. So I suspect the devs are probably going to go back to the drawing board on these and just say, look, how can we stop this from happening? Like maybe give them like a little bit of a protection early on so that they can't be killed, or I don't know, maybe make it so that they don't spawn until a certain period of time and then they'll come out, or maybe make it so that the wolves spawn immediately at the beginning. But then do you just risk like a single scout running around all the wolves so nothing can be done? I'm not sure exactly what the correct play is, but nonetheless, we are... Look at this. He doesn't even have any... Oh my god, he's going men-at-arms spam in the Dark Age. We're at 6 men-at-arms. I didn't even realize it was that many. I thought it was 4. But yeah, you can see here with this men-at-arm, he's just going to be able to leash this until the very end of the map, or until the end of the edge. Oh, look, Beasty realizes that something's up. He's going to try and come in and snag it, but the gold's already gone over. Vortex now with enough gold to age up. He's able to back on out of here and get out and dodge, and that's exactly what he does. Beasty with the 6 spearmen. These guys, of course, well and truly versed on exactly what's going to be happening here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Council Hall going to be going down in the main base, and Men-at-Arms also goes down. The spears outnumbering the Men-at-Arms means it's going to be a little bit harder for Beasty, or at least for Vortex here, to justify holding this position. But the Men-at-Arms are going to be coming up to solidify this spot. A little bit of extra health, a little bit of extra melee armor, and these guys are loud. Are these guys loud? Do I need to turn these guys down? Let me turn these guys down. Hold on. I've got a button here for it. There we go. Maybe that... There we go. I'm a bit worried that it was too loud. Anyway, we've been casting a few games here tonight. Look, speaking of tonight, just give you guys a little update. We're currently standing at the sit-stand desk. Standing always a good thing. I mean... Is standing really that much better for your health than sitting? Probably. I mean, because you got to remember, right? Like, you're not just standing. Like, I'm kind of like, I'm weaving, I'm bobbing, I'm going up and down. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of a dance. You know, you're not always just standing, are you? No, it's nice. It's nice being able to stand up. I love being able to just stand up at my desk and just kind of like walk away from the desk and walk back. Like, maybe that's a fat person thing where it's just like, man, getting up is so much work, hey? It's so nice not having to get up anymore. Like, I'm already up. Oh, gosh. Anyway, so that's the current sit-stand situation. Age-ups come through, and immediately it's going to be the Council Hall pumping some longbows. Meanwhile, on the side of BC, the Kingdom of France is going to be coming up for the Knights Templar. This is the new French variant that has just dropped within the last... Oh, is he still holding control of that? I think he's still technically... Yeah, it says Beasty controlled. I love this. I love that so the way that the point, or the control point works, it's based on... The speed of it is based on how many units you've got within the circle, but the actual possession of it is only based on whether or not you have a single unit in here. So, like, if you think of Overwatch as an example, right? Like, Overwatch, in this situation, I'm talking about, like, the FPS shooter, right? In that situation, then the site's gonna go actually, would it? I don't actually, now I'm thinking about it. No, it wouldn't. No, it would hold. It would hold like that. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I don't even mind. What am I thinking of? There's gonna be a game where if you're outnumbered, like, it still goes in favor. Anyway, we'll worry about that another time. Look at these numbers coming out from Vortex early on. A lot of this is going to be just that gold that was picked up earlier. So he's sitting at a 300 gold advantage at the moment. Now going to be looking to also grab up this second merchant camp. So that's going to be quite nice. He's still got a point of interest that's out here that he's yet to actually begin tackling. And behind the scenes, Beasty with a handful of production buildings already down. He's got the 2 stables, the barracks, and the archery range. Now going to be looking to put down another archery range. How many production buildings would you like? And Beasty just responds, yes. And I mean, there's a good reason why he's avoided, or why he's gone into the second archery range, and that's because he doesn't have the ability to gather up gold anymore, so he can't make any more chevaliers. You can see he's making horsemen. But the number of units that are out on this map, of course, aggression going to be key here because of how close these guys are. Naturally, it makes sense to be aggressive. There is no way that he is going to be justifying moving into the safe passage, moving into that pilgrimage. Of course, it's going to be very important for him once the game gets rolling. Vortex's aggression early on here is looking very difficult to deal with. Of course, one of the most aggressive players in Age of Empires for history. This guy has been notorious for his aggression, just finishing games. You know, I love to go in and scout these guys, check out the kind of games they've been playing, and I'll go through Vortex's match history, and it's literally just like 12 minutes, 13 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes. Like, every single game, he's eking out an advantage. And, like, even at this point, 7 minutes 30, like 99.99% of players against Vortex at this point would have already just tapped out. They would have already tapped out because, I mean, this is ridiculous, the amount of units he's got on the map. But Beasty obviously knows how to play and knows how to play around it, more importantly. Finds the outpost to the south. He's got a little bit of a raid down here. I don't think he's actually run into any units. Now, the drink of the day, you might be wondering, it is once again, we've got our banana milk. It's only a small little thing. It's a 200 mils, which for you folks in America, 6.8 fleur ounce. I don't know what that means. Florida ounces? They got ounces differently in Florida, I guess. Those Floridians. Florida man, hey. Anyway, we had to make our own unit of measurement for the Floridians. Yeah, it's a good little banana drink. Korean. It's good. Get on it. I was going to say link in the description, but no, there's no link in the description. Give me a sec. I was going to take a drink, but now all of a sudden I'm getting too excited about the game, so we're going to have to get in on the action. Horseman going to move straight onto the back. He wants to try and start stabbing up all of these longbowmen. We can see the work that he's doing here. Chevalier's going to come through and should be able to clean this up. Vortex, where's your army at, bro? He is getting absolutely rinsed here by the Beast now. And the men-at-arms are the last one standing, but the Chevaliers should be easily able to cut through this armor. The number advantage in favor of him significantly, and Vortex definitely overstayed his welcome here. He's going to shut down the camps, and indeed, Beasty celebrates a nice little victory early on in this game. Huge amount of units considering the fact that he was stuck in the corner right there. So he's done well to escape. I'm going to take a celebratory drink of banana milk. Give me a second here. That's good banana milk. It's got like the whole straw and everything. It definitely feels like I'm 7 years old again. You know, do you guys have lunch orders? You probably have lunch orders, right? Did I get banana milk as a kid? Probably. I always enjoyed strawberry milk. I felt like strawberry milk was the best. Chocolate milk, you're gambling if you went chocolate milk. You never knew how good it was going to be. You could always rely on a strong strawberry milk, though. Same with banana milk. You knew what you were getting. It was kind of a bit weird, though. Did you have banana milk in your culture? Because I think it's one of those weird things, right? Because it's definitely not a straightforward taste. It's kind of strange. Anyway, we had this thing called Nesquik in Australia. That was our banana milk. Anyway, let's I'm so into banana milk. I'm going to become a banana milk connoisseur. You watch. We're going to introduce our next channel. It's going to be just me reviewing different banana milks. Wolves in the center. A little bit of action here. Not too much. So pilgrims are now starting to make their way across the map. And one interesting thing to note about this map is your sacred sites are all in the same location. Now, you're obviously only going to be taking this sacred site here to send your pilgrims in. So realistically, Beasty just has to kind of put down a keep over here and then just, or rather a fortress over here, and then just kind of hope that his opponent is not going to be targeting the pilgrim. But it's a long walk for him to get that pilgrim out here. So you can expect to see, when's the next pilgrim coming out? In about 10 seconds it should come out. So yeah, about a minute and 10 seconds, minute and 20 seconds. So, oh, there it is already coming out. It is a long walk to get out over onto this side of the map. But I mean, once you've done the walk, then that's kind of it. You're getting your gold in, so you don't really mind that much. But let's check in now with Vortex, see how he's doing. We'll ride on board with him here. Switching over to income per minute. We're at 11 minutes, so still kind of early. Vil count relatively even, 36 versus 33. Obviously, when you age up as the Knights Templar, you're using your town center. Takes 60 seconds, so there's 3 villages that you can't build. And because of that, you're obviously going to be down by 3 vils, or in this case, 4 vils. Beasty down a little bit, because he's also gone in for Sanctuary, as well as that Safe Passage upgrade. So that's going to be reducing him down. So I think it's 10 seconds on each of those. But now forced off the deer. Vortex away from this position. Going to lose the outpost by the look of it. Cancels it before he can take any more damage on it. And we start to see the scout moving over towards the base of Beasty. No walls coming up on either side just yet, and he throws down the campfire. It's an expensive loss, and look at this, Beasty now spotting out the enemy forces. His cavalry is out of position, or arguably his cavalry is in position, depending on which way you look at it. Fortunately, there are units back here for Vortex to hold off for the moment, and Vil's going to try and kite their way out of it. They're all out of here. Fortunately, the defense is still strong once again, but now moving in on that south side, Vortex has got his upgrades through. +1 ranged armor has come through for the spearmen, +1 ranged attack for the longbows, and can start to lay siege to the production of the base of Beasty. Now, keep in mind, if you'd like to play along, well, not play along, but if you'd like to watch these games live as they happen in real time, then make sure you check out EGC TV over on Twitch, because that is where this action happens firsthand, where you can check it out. They've got professional casters. They're going to be doing professional analysis. Very good casters. So make sure you check them out, and I'll leave a link in the description. 15 GMT this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for at least the next month. So make sure you check it out. Anyway, we'll ride on board with Beast as the number of units are starting to really build inside the base here. It's moving around the outside. Vortex does need to be cautious about overextending. You can see the longbow numbers are still kind of good here. He's not able to one-shot these archers anymore, and that's going to mean you're now in 2-shot territory, which means you can see he's going to have to focus them down a little bit harder. And because of that, this is a really tough fight for him to have. Beasty doing a wonderful job of defending for the moment. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, he's really causing some havoc back here. Now, Beasty's lost a villager in this mix, but at this level, don't be surprised if Beasty manages to find one back against Vortex. He's managed to idle out the economy as well. Going to start working on the Raxes here. And we've definitely got a bit of a split that's going on. Speaking of Vils, though, have a look at this. Vortex has found the absolute gold mine of villagers. Only manages to get 2 more on it. Meanwhile, towards the south, Spearman working on that single villager. And it looks like the cleanup crew is finally here. The Spearman number is still good. +1 melee armor has come through. Chevaliers obviously do quite a bit of damage, but that 1 extra armor is going to help them out a huge amount. Vil's getting brought in. He's just throwing the Vils into the meat grinder. He says, come on, you want to do it the good old-fashioned way? Get your daggers out, son. Get your daggers out. And you can see Vortex now looking to try and focus down those villagers. He picks up 2 more. Can he get a 3rd one? He's going to try. There's a couple of low-health candidates in there. There's another one that goes down. There's another one that goes down. He's taken out 4 villagers in this little engagement. Behind the scenes, though, Beasty yet to take a single one out. That's the first one that he gets. He manages to finally get up on the board with that Vil count. He's down 9 Vils in this game, which is a substantial... 9? Yeah, 9 Vils. That is a substantial amount of villagers that you are down in this game, Beasty. Now, of course, there's going to be a caveat to that. 3 of those villagers are villages that you were going to give up no matter what, because you've aged up. And another villager of just for these 2 pilgrims. So we've got exceptions, but these numbers down here are probably going to be your best bet with regard to where these guys are currently at in regard to their villager counts and well, not their villager counts, but how well they're doing at taking out the enemy economy. Now, keep in mind, we do also have the pilgrims in play, and these are representative of about 3 villages each. probably a little bit more than 3 villages each, because it's gold, it's infinite gold, and it's pretty much guaranteed at this point. 130 gold coming through every minute for both of these, so that's 260 gold every minute. So quite a decent amount, but now Vortex on the defense. He's not paying attention, loses the first and the second one. Beasty now up to a total of 3 villages taken out. He's having a nice little position over here, and honestly, Beasty's playing this very well. I'm surprised that he managed to do so, or to recover so effectively in this game. But the longbow number, ideally from Vortex, we want to see that longbow number really start to climb now. That's probably going to be the best way that he can hold in this matchup. But keep in mind, the Chevalier's obviously got quite a bit of armor on it as well. The Horseman got a good amount of armor, so going to be a strong counter unit. So you do want to keep that spearman number quite high as well as the English. But for the moment, it looks like the advantage definitely rests with the Beast from the east. More units come through. Jeez Louise, look at the amount of units he's got here. He's doubled the military number of Vortex right now. The Templar are looking good. Have we got some potential Ronin on the field? Is that what we're going to be seeing right here? He can technically hire the Ronin. He's got 5 tickets here. So whenever he gets a little bit of spare gold, he can just click that button and boom, 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 get those Ronin running across the map to help him out. He's got a couple of pilgrims making their way through, so he should be able to afford at least 2 of them shortly. Spamming out the archers, moving towards the front of the base. Upgrades are looking decent. He's got ranged armor for the moment. Also got the horticulture upgrade coming through, but no melee armor, no melee attack just yet for these cav units. We spot the pilgrims as they land and touch down. Do we have the pilgrim, or do we have the Ronin that are coming through? I like that hire all Ronin button that you can afford. That's a cool little button. But we do... He's got no vills on gold. Yeah, no vills on gold. So he could just look to go into more Chevaliers. Actually, it could just be, is it Castle Age potentially? He's not training anything other than like the wood heavy units. So it could be a Castle Age timing that we're potentially looking at here for Beasty. It's been a long feudal already, 16 minutes, 17 minutes roughly. So he could be looking to do that. There's no real indications though. Maybe, yeah, okay, I was going to say maybe if he's moving vills to gold, and indeed he is. He's moving 7 vills out to gold now. So probably going to be looking to age up within the next 20 seconds, 30 seconds when these guys touch down over on this sacred site. So that'll give him a nice little advantage. Which way does he go? I'm thinking probably into Genoa. Genoa seems to be pretty good though, to be fair. Oh, actually, you know what? It could be into, what's the last one called? Apologies. The Genitua. So that could be another potential option, just because he's playing against the English, right? And they've got longbows, so you want a way to deal with them? Well, how about excuse me, let's double check the Kingdom of Castile. No, he is going to go into Genoa. Okay, so just kind of go with the standard sort of play style here. You can obviously go into the Kingdom of Castile. You can get access to their Genitua. But if you do that, you're definitely sort of pigeonholing yourself into that style. And if your opponent stops making infantry and just moves into like full knights or something, then you kind of got a useless unit. And sacred sites are so far away on this map, it just really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think it makes sense to go for Genoa here, right? Extra 30% gold for your pilgrims, which is going to be lovely. But on top of that, which by the way, these might get here in time. Yeah, it's nice. And then on top of that, you've also got the Genoese crossbowmen, which is one of the best units, or at least one of the best units that you've got access to is the Knights Templar IMO. I think it's, this timing's going to be right on the money. 130, 169 on the second one. I love that. He got blocked, so he got the extra gold. Isn't that so cool? It's the little things. It's the little things that excite me. Bags here going to go down. White tower. Oh my God, it's so painful to throw down a white tower, isn't it? It never feels good to throw a white tower down as the English, especially if it's on a 1 base. I mean, if it's on a 2 base, it totally makes sense. Even like on a 3 base, you feel great about it. But on a 1 base, man, it sucks. Because you know that Vortex is just kind of saying, I have to go White Tower. If I go King's Palace, I'm going to lose. But I don't think so. I think if he went King's Palace here, he would be fine as long as he picks up Veterancy ASAP and sets his palings up. I think he'd be okay. But, I mean, he knows better than I do. I'm going to say that right now. He's a much better player than I am. So I'm going to assume that he knows exactly what he's doing and he knows his limits. Let's take a look inside the base of the Beast and see exactly what we've got. He's still spamming out the archers, so not switching it up to the Genoese crossbowmen just yet. He hasn't produced any, but still making Chevaliers at this point. No Templar brothers just yet either. Vils could be in a bit of an awkward position. White Tower going to get spotted out. Vortex reaching the Castle Age. Boar towards the north. Did manage to take out a villager, so that's -1 there for Beasty. And Armies looking to clash here. Vortex, got to be careful. Vortex, you're very far away from home right now, my friend. And Beasty might realize that. He's going to try and kite his way back, and he should be okay. We can see he is indeed looking out for it. +2 ranged armor going to be coming through on the side of Beasty. Meanwhile, for Vortex, he's looking to pick up veterancy on the longbows. About to pop through. There we go. They get that they get the extra damage for that volley right there. Spearmen also getting their upgrades through now, but the longbows are in a very good spot. He's definitely fighting out of the pocket right here. It can be very difficult justifying committing to a fight like this. So you can see, despite having the smaller army, despite having less upgrades than the opponent, he's still keen to give it a go because he knows that he's got the white tower he can fall back on, and the enemy does not want a piece of that. Interestingly, no wall down here just yet. It's only a 1600 gold vein, so maybe not 100% willing to commit just yet. Spears are probably going to be able to clean up all of these Chevaliers. And meanwhile, towards the front, Longbow's now going to be in a little bit of trouble. No, no, no. Hold your horses, hold your horses. You can see just how well Vortex is controlling this army. Not a single inch too far. He's been able to bring it back every single time towards the safety of the White Tower. And I guess that's something that the White Tower can guarantee you. You know, we were talking about whether or not this was the right decision and about how Vortex knows best. And we can see why that is. The fact that Beasty just can't push into this White Tower. If this was a King's Palace, Beasty would have pushed in a minute ago, 2 minutes ago. He would have pushed in and taken this. But the White Tower just says no. There is no way you're going to be able to do it. So despite having that disadvantage on that military side, he's still able to keep himself in the game. We'll check in with Beasty. We'll see how he's doing as upgrades are starting to come through. He's picking up specialized picks, so looking to focus a little bit more on the economy. Veterancy for the Horseman was coming through. Has he changed his mind? No, he hasn't changed his mind. He's going to commit to it. Fitted leather work? No, he's changed his mind. Going to be instead going for +1 melee attack here. He's got really good control on the map. Have a look at the line of sight that he's currently got out here. He's really got a lot of villages all across this map, just kind of gathering up everywhere. No textiles through just yet. And we'll check in on that south side and see how Vortex is doing, as his numbers are starting to look a little bit better. He's moving into crossbows as well. Fertilization coming through for Beasty. On the side of his opponent, we've got armor cladding coming through on the Vortex Men-at-Arms. So a little bit more damage. Not gonna really matter against him because he's got that extra armor. Check in with them. You can see he's at +3 armor on these bad boys right now. A little bit of a raid behind the scenes. No, it's just a scout. Do not be alarmed. But I tell you what, we're not going to need to be alarmed because we've got ourselves some beautiful fighting that is happening in the middle. The Spearmen together with the armor-cladded men-at-arms looking to try and hold this front line. The archers doing a good job of burning down all of these units. At the same time, Longbow's going to try and kite their way back. There's no attack speed bonus here for Vortex at the moment, so it's going to be extra difficult for him to come out of this fight ahead. He's going to do his best to try and kite back. The men-at-arms doing a wonderful job here of just staying in the mix, but you can see Beastie's looking to stay hot on the tail of Vortex now as he closes in on this longbow army, one-shotting out each of these longbows every single volley he gets the chance. That's all he cares about, and now going to fall back away from this position, and you can see that he's managed to do some decent damage back here to the army of Vortex, but at the end of the day, he's still going to be losing out quite a bit himself, and probably has to head back to the drawing board and think, okay, well, what do we do now? Do we go into Templar Brothers? Is that going to be the play? I think it makes the most sense for him to do here. Fortress going to be coming up, and indeed, Templar Brothers is the play. He's got 4-5 Templar Brothers out now. Four Templar Brothers out now. They get their big charges through. Of course, infamous for how much damage they can do with these charges. Men-at-Arms getting caught out now. Crossbows going to start to play a little bit more of an important role on the field. He's only got the single one at the moment, but don't be surprised if he moves into a whole bunch after seeing these Templar Brothers. He needs to get out of here ASAP. You can see just how much damage these archers are able to do. Still able to one-shot out the longbowmen at this point in the game. They got quite a lot of damage on them, and you can see he's still working his magic down. Templar Brothers just retreating for the moment. He's got quite a bit back here. Men-at-Arms going to be chasing the Pilgrim. Pilgrim doing a little bit of running, and in the end, which way does it go? Probably goes the way of Vortex here. But, I mean, it's a very, very fair fight. Meanwhile, Chevalier going to be cleaning up the gold vein. Vil count at the moment, 62 versus 57. Beastie obviously with a little bit of an advantage from the Pilgrims that have come through. Another fortress is being added. That's the first fortress here that has been added. The second fortress now going to be added towards the north. He's looking to really fortify this position. Why can't... Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Apologies. I was hitting the wrong button. I was like, why is this not changing? I'm hitting like the minimap size button. I didn't even know that was a thing. Apologies. I hope that minimap wasn't out of proportion for a long time. I'm sure it probably was. I should have worked out something was up. I was trying to change perspective to get that message off the screen, and it wouldn't get off my screen. We've got Vortex forcing off Beastie from the fortress. This is Beastie's third fortress. He is really going ham with the defense right now. I can hear the people up in the bleachers just chanting, defense. It's a little bit out of sync, though. They're so far away. They're so high. Okay, 3 sacred sites all held by Beastie now. On top of that, he's got the Pilgrims that are moving through. Looks like one of them did get taken out through the through the center of the map. He's got 3 more on the way now. I'm going to do a quick little banana milk stop. Don't mind me, guys. We got ourselves a while before the next battle's about to begin. That's good banana milk. That is good banana milk. Solid banana milk. Fortresses come up, and now Vortex goes, oh, okay. This is not good. Honestly, how does Vortex win this? I think from Vortex's position... Oh, this is hard. This is really hard, because the no King's Palace basically means he doesn't really have an out. Because normally the English have got like this out where they go, okay, well, I'll get to 120 villages, and then I'll just kill you with my amazing economy. The trouble is that you're not going to be getting to 120 villages anytime soon. You're only on 1 TC, and your opponent's got 3 sacred sites, and it's likely that they add in even more fortifications there, so it's unlikely that you're ever actually able to take that without 100% committing. But the truth is, you're already behind, right? Like, this, we should have never been in this position in the first place, and we can see now, Vortex is going to attempt a little bit of a battering ram attack towards the front of the main base of Beasty. Templar brothers have made their way through back here. Of course, looking for any villagers they can pick off. Have found a whole bunch on the wood lines. Meanwhile, we'll ride on board with Beasty and see how he's doing. You can see he's got this little rally point towards the back, spots out more villagers over here. On this position, he's got a lot of control across this map. He's going to be feeling very good in this matchup. And keep in mind that nice little split that's come through. Keep in mind that this is a series between these two guys. This is not the only game. So even if Beasty was to lose this game right now, there would still be other games in play. I don't want to potentially tip you guys off as to the outcome of this game, but I will just say right now that this is a series, and there is no guarantee that even if you win this game, that you win the series. Templar brother, though, unfortunately going to be going down. Rest in peace, little guy. Meanwhile, battering rams are looking to make a connection towards the base of Beasty. A little bit of a split on the west side. He's looking for any villagers he can find. He's got the attack move route coming through on the large gold vein. Big army. We ride on board now with Vortex as he holds on. There's not enough units here. There's not enough units here. There is nowhere near enough units here. The fortified fortress has got vills to repair. He sees all the pilgrims that are spamming themselves out. Templar brothers in the back line looking to try and make that defensive connection. The fortress number is incredible right now. Beasty just lining the map with fortresses. That's 3 fortresses he's got right now. Don't be surprised if he looks to drop a 4th one down any second. Where does he go for a 4th one? You could potentially drop it down right here. You could go for something a little bit closer to home. You could look to... Where do you even go? I don't even know how you go about doing it. He's going to drop it. Where is he dropping it? There we go. That's where it was. So, indeed, between these two sacred sites, looking to play it a little bit more defensively. Templar brothers now moving behind the scenes as well. He's spotting it out. He's looking to see whether or not he can find any villagers. And now, the battering rams... This is the trouble. I mean, even if you come through here and take out this first of the landmarks... How do you possibly take the rest of them out? He's just going to try and commit and hope that he can find something. Templar brothers going to look to try and commit themselves. Meanwhile, archer numbers are still pretty good. He's up to 12 Templar brothers here for Beasty. And now on the defense, the Vills jump out, look to siege down all the battering rams. Templars are through, looking to make a connection with the longbows. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, we do have the raiding Templar that's back here. Plenty of units in here to clean up. He might grab the first fortress, but another one replaces it. It's just like the Hydra. You cut off one head and 2 more find themselves. Is that the Hydra? There's something where it's like you kill one and then 2 more will pop up in their place. Something like that. Anyway, it's very much looking like that case right now, as BC is now sitting on a total of 4 fortresses. Good job kiting back away, cutting out these units, and you can see Vortex definitely going to be struggling here as the unit numbers only continue to climb. Beasty holding 3 sacred sites, having quite a lot of fortresses, and remember, every fortress that you add is going to be increasing how many pilgrims you've got. So now, if we take a look at Beasty and how many pilgrims he's got 6 pilgrims that are out. So you're getting the 1-2 pilgrims from your unique techs, but then you're also getting a pilgrim for every single fortress that you've got on the map. And of course, with so many fortresses on this map, that's going to guarantee that he's able to continue rolling in the gold, because each one of these represents not just 130 gold, like it says on the tin, but also an increase in the amount of gold because of the fact he picked Genoa. I'd also love to see maybe him even change up his sacred site to this one here and look to pick up treasure towers, because at the moment he's only getting 169 gold for each of these, and that could be even higher. You could be getting, I think, what does it go up to? It goes up to like 100 and... I think it goes to 200 flat, I'm pretty sure, actually. I think that's what it goes to. Numbers looking good here for Beasty. We'll check in on the side of Vortex and see how he's doing. No second TC just yet for him. And obviously, there's not really a chance for him to put that second TC in. this is the troubling part, right? Like, when you normally look at a situation like this, when you're up against a sacred site victory, potentially, you're thinking outside the box. You're like, okay, let's just go for an attack and try and kill all of his landmarks. The trouble is, this civilization doesn't work like that. This civilization has too many landmarks. Beasty now with the second TC, by the way, so he's now insulated from that potential macro threat. There are landmarks all over this map. Every fortress here is acting as a landmark. So even if he takes out the first one, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. And that's what is so painful about dealing with the Knights Templar here. And now Beasty on the defense once again, just really looking to try and allow his opponent to make a mistake and then leap upon his opponent as he moves in with an army that Beasty thinks is probably not suitable for this kind of ground. And indeed it is not. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, the victory coming out for Beasty in this EGC TV event. Make sure you go check them out this week, and they are battling it out. They are fighting it out. They're having themselves a good time. And hopefully you've enjoyed this video as well. So make sure you go say good day from me, and we'll catch you in the next one.